Good morning, vlog. It is Thursday, March 28th, and I have started this morning off somewhat on the right foot. Was a little bit groggy getting up this morning, but went through my routine, got ready, and I was able to spend a little bit of time this morning editing the next episode of the Messiah Upper Room podcast. I haven't gotten a confirmation email yet from Apple that the latest podcast that I'm trying to launch has been approved yet. I guess I just hit it on the window where it everyone was asleep, so they just haven't gotten around to reviewing it yet. So hopefully I'll get it sometime during the day today, and I can continue working on the Built-in Obsolescence podcast as well. And today what I'm going to try doing is maybe not fully publishing another article that I'm working on why everyone should have a website, but at least put the finishing touches on it to schedule it and have that already in the works to publish on my blog as well. And I'm starting to learn more and more about managing multiple podcasts and how I can integrate that into my workflow. I also need to edit the walkthrough video that I performed for editing the Messiah Upper Room podcast, so somebody else can go through that process as well in case they want to. That episode is already published, so it's just fine for me to go ahead and use the audio from that session to show others what to do inside of Reaper. And I'm also slowly learning some of the ins and outs of Ferrite, the audio recording application and editing application that I'm using for Built-in Obsolescence. Specifically the EQ settings, the equalizer, in order to better mix my voice and make it sound better. For the first episode, I'm not 100% satisfied with the audio quality from my microphone, from my side. It doesn't feel like it's coming through as clear. It feels like it's limited in some way, and I'm not quite sure if that's just because of the microphone itself, or if it's because of I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because of like the certain EQ frequencies that I'm either boosting or limiting through the Ferrite application. So that's going to be a little bit more troubleshooting on my part and learning on my part to figure out. But enough of that on a quick morning update. I got to get to work, and I will probably I'll see if I can do a little bit of an update at lunchtime whenever I go on my break. Got word back from iTunes today about the Built-in Obsolescence podcast. Turns out it was rejected, but it was just rejected because the artwork file that I had uploaded that displays whenever you play a podcast, it didn't meet the size requirements, the dimension requirements set by iTunes. So I fixed that. I uploaded the correct size. It has to be 3000 by 3000 pixels at maximum, and the artwork that I made was way past that. So oversight on my part, my loss. But I have it resubmitted. Hopefully it'll be approved by tomorrow, and I'll have that first episode up, and then I'll have the second episode up not too much longer after that, because I just want to get these episodes out as soon as possible, because they're already pretty timely. On top of that, also, I finished my blog post, and I have that scheduled for publication tomorrow. I'll have that linked in the description down below, because by the time I post this video to YouTube, it'll already be out by then, about why everyone should have a website. I'll go into that a little bit more in detail. I'm thinking tomorrow, because right now I'm feeling pretty tired. Just finished dinner with the wife, and we had some company over and had a nice little evening of catching up on stuff. But anyway, so that was a quick little summary of my evening. Also posted a Throwback Thursday post to the first time that I had played football. My parents were like, "Hey, you want to play football?" I was like, "Maybe," and they said, "Okay, you're going to play football." I'm like, "Okay." I didn't really ever know what I was doing in football at the time. I didn't really I didn't really pay attention in football, so I didn't know what was happening. Most of the time, whenever I watched football, I just saw two groups of guys line up, and then they just ran into each other, and then the play was over, and that's it. I'm like, well, what's going on? So I didn't really understand all the nuances. Now that I'm older and I've watched some more football games and I actually studied some of the game mechanics and whatnot, I'm like, oh, football's actually really cool. And maybe now I would be more into playing football in that respect. But back then I did not want to play football at all. And in this picture, you could tell that I'm just kind of why am I here? But I'll also have that linked on in the description down below as well. But for that has been my Thursday today. And I have some really exciting news coming up over the next couple of days, but I'm gonna have to hold off on it for just a little bit longer. But don't worry, it shouldn't be too much longer. And I hope you have a great Thursday, a great rest of your week, and I will see you tomorrow.